Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5.
The US has offered Ukraine security guarantees for 15 years, according to Volodymyr Zelensky, during talks on a revised peace plan with Donald Trump in Florida. The US president said an agreement on this point was close to 95% done, but Ukraine's leader has since said he would like guarantees for up to 50 years. President Zelensky outlined territorial issues with the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant as the last unresolved matter, with little said on the future of Ukraine's contested Donbas region. Russia has previously rejected key parts of the plan, but a Kremlin spokesperson agreed with Mr. Trump's assessment that peace is closer. Thailand's army has accused Cambodia of breaching a newly signed ceasefire deal reached after weeks of deadly clashes that forced nearly 1 million people from their homes. In a statement, the Thai army said more than 250 unmanned aerial vehicles were detected flying from the Cambodian site on Sunday. The ceasefire took effect at noon local time on Saturday. Both sides agreed to freeze the front lines where they are now, ban reinforcements and allow civilians living in border areas to return as soon as possible. It had been seen as a breakthrough, which came after days of talks between both countries, with diplomatic encouragement from China and the US. The man who disarmed one of the gunmen who killed 15 people at a Jewish event at Bondi Beach has revealed his thoughts in the moments before his heroic actions. In verified footage, Ahmed Al-Ahmed, a Sydney shop owner born and raised in Syria, tackled one of the two shooters from behind, wresting a long-armed gun from him. In the interview, Mr. Ahmed recalled the moment he tackled Sajid Akram, who was shooting attendees at a Hanukkah event at Bondi Beach on the 14th of December.
I know I save lots of people's life. I know I save lots, but I feel sorry still for the lost. I jumped in his back, hit him, and hold him with my right hand, and start saying a word, like to warn him, drop your gun.
China is holding military drills around Taiwan, simulating the seizure and blockade of the island's key areas as a warning against so-called separatist forces. The Army, Navy, Air Force and Rocket Force have been dispatched for the drills, which include live-fire exercises. Codenamed Justice Mission 2025, the drills are taking place days after the US announced the sale of one of its largest weapons packages to Taiwan, worth $11 billion. The move drew sharp protest from Beijing, which in turn sanctioned US defense firms. Taiwan's push to ramp up its defense this year has also angered Beijing, which claims the self-ruled island as its own territory. The Albanian nationalist Vetëvendosje party has won a landslide victory in Kosovo's parliamentary elections, according to preliminary results. With 90% of the votes counted, the party, whose name means self-determination, was on 50.8%, meaning a third term in power for its leader Albin Kurti. The two main opposition parties, the centre-right Democratic Party of Kosovo and the Democratic League of Kosovo, were on 21% and 14% respectively. Vetëvendosje won elections in February, but without a majority, and Kosovo has been without a functioning government since then. And French actress Brigitte Bardot, who revolutionised 1950s French cinema and became a symbol of sexual liberation, has died at the age of 91. The cinema icon, Bibi, as she was known in her home country, acted in almost 50 films, including And God Created Woman, but retired in 1973 to devote her life to animal welfare. French President Emmanuel Macron said the nation was mourning a legend of the century, while the Brigitte Bardot Foundation remembered her as a world-renowned actress. Later in life, Bardot's reputation was damaged after she made homophobic slurs and was fined multiple times for inciting racial hatred.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.